Hey guys, we're going to do what I call chair series. Now, I have an elastic band and I've tied it around my knees. You can do this exercise without an elastic band. And make sure that you don't tie it too tight. Some people get really eager and they tie it really tight and then they pay for it in the end. Even without a band, this one can be a killer. So, line up on the back edge of your mat. So upper body in a nice straight line, but you're actually going to bring the knees up. So knees and hips are in 90 degrees. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, abdominals are engaged. So we're just going to start with open book. So the top leg is lifting. We're using the glutes to open through the hip and then slowly lower. Inhale and exhale. Some people like to make this a little bit more challenging, so all they do is lift the bottom leg through the heel and then continue. So you want to do about 10 reps of these, really firing through the glute, making sure that it's the glutes that are opening up and that it's not the lower body rotating in the hips. The hips are staying nice and square. Those abdominals are staying engaged. Even there's a little bit of space down here because my obliques are lifted. Last one. And then we're going to go into clam. So those feet stay together. And we're just opening up at the knees and then relax. Again, I'm still using that glute. Even think of it as pulling. And it's lifting that knee up nice and high and slowly lower. Up and down. And we're going to do again about 10 of these. Again, just working nice and deep in that glute. Inhale on the way up. We got 2 more. And last one. And then we're going to do front kick. So I like to add front kick into this series just because, again, it fires the glute, different part, but it's still working and we have the band for resistance. So leg is lifted, hip height. I like to point the toe on the way back, squeeze the glute, just making a straight line with the upper body, flex the foot as we come forward. Exhale, pull back, squeeze through the glute, inhale forward. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Stay very active through that leg, reaching nice and long. My bottom leg is still active because it's helping me stabilize. It's also helping me stabilize in the upper body. Again, we want to make sure those abdominals stay engaged the whole time. We got 2 more. And last one. And karate kick. Knee comes in towards the chest. Exhale, I squeeze in the glute as I push against the band. Watch that you don't push too far and drop forward. If we don't stay strong in the upper body, we tend to compensate and come forward. So this hand's always good to push into the floor if we need to for support. But it also shows sometimes tightness because we can't get that leg to fully extend in that range, so then again our body comes forward. So just really move within range. If you're tight, just kick the leg a little bit more forward. Yes, you don't get as much resistance against the band, but it's better to be working in a stabilized position instead of losing our form. Good. So to stretch out the glute, all you're going to do is slip out one leg, ankle on the knee, pull it into the chest, hold for a good 15-30 seconds. Just stretching out the piriformis, making sure that we lift this free leg. When we let it relax on the floor, you don't get as good of a stretch because the piriformis needs to be above 90 degrees to get its accurate stretch. So here, I'm putting it into a dominant stretch. It's externally rotated, plus it's lifted. Good. So just slide that band back on, and then we're on to the other side. So again, we want to line ourselves up with the back edge of our mat. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees. So open book. Inhale, the top leg lifts. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale and exhale. Again, the whole time my lower abdominals are engaged, my obliques are lifted. I'm squeezing through the glute to get that rotation in the hip to help lift the leg. One more. And then we're going to keep the feet together. Again, if you want to challenge yourself, lift the heels off the floor, opening through the knee, and slowly lower. Again, squeezing through that glute, pushing against the band, and slowly lower. And we want to do, again, 10 of these. Still being aware of the upper body. Stay nice and strong. Keep those abdominals engaged. Stabilize through that bottom hip. If we have a really weak piriformis glute med max, it's difficult to get that hip to rotate open. So you got to really focus on that muscle contraction coming back here. Good front kick. Extend that leg. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, forward. Really squeezing the glute, reaching nice and long through that leg, making sure the upper body stays nice and still. Just like how I mentioned with the karate kick on the other side, we want to keep that upper body nice and still. We don't want the shoulder to pop forward, which will happen when we don't have the flexibility in the hamstrings on this exercise. So if it meant that I would only come this far and it's a smaller range exercise, that's fine. I want to go within the range that I can keep my position. The last one, and karate kick. Knee comes into the chest. Exhale, kick out. Inhale, exhale. Again, be aware of that upper body. Keep it nice and still. Abdominals engaged. Staying really active in the top and bottom leg. Reaching nice and long through that leg, squeezing in the glute. I like to really press through the heel to feel nice and long. 2 more. And the last one. Good. Slide that leg out. Stretch out the hip. And just let it have a good relax. If you find that it feels like it's going to cramp, just let the leg lie on the floor for a few seconds. Give it a little bit of time. Then let it stretch. Some people find this stretch too soon. Feels like it's going to cramp and it's really uncomfortable. To find an elastic band like this, you can just go to Shoppers. A lot of people have them lying around the house because they had physio at one point and the physio told them to do their exercises. Well, now you can pull it out, dust it off, and now you can use it for your side kicks. Great. Thanks, guys.